Hafaday. The Board of Directors of the Catholic Cemeteries of Guam unanimously believes that its conduct related to the release of information on the misuse of cemetery funds is justified by the truth and supported by the documentation and records maintained with the corporation, in addition to the review findings of the Deloitte and Touche report dated January 8, 2014. Because this board has revealed the truth and abided by its obligation to protect cemetery funds, the current administration of the Archdiocese of Agana has decided to silence our board by terminating directors without cause and without proper authority. His Holiness Pope Francis, who is the shepherd of the Catholic Church, has consistently called the Church to finish the culture of silence and provide absolute transparency that builds authentic collegiality. In obedience to our shepherd, we have pled with the administration, led by the delegate and Archbishop Hahn, to end the silence on the misuse of cemetery funds. As reported by the delegate, despite the admission of wrongdoing by Monsignor James Beneventi in reference to the use of funds for his anniversary and gifting of cemetery plots, and recorded in the minutes of the board, the administration has requested that this board be complicit in the cover-up of the use of cemetery funds for the personal use of Monsignor Beneventi. In 2014, Archbishop Anthony Sablon Aparone appointed the directors of the board to manage and operate the cemetery corporation. Each director has offered their time and effort to ensure the protection of the Perpetual Care Fund to be used for its intended purpose and to avoid further pillaging. Recently, the board, in an effort to protect the Perpetual Care Fund and its obligations, reported the misuse of the funds to the authorities after being informed that any allegations of misuse was invalid and false. While the board contests the authority of the delegate and the apostolic administrator during their temporary administration to modify the constitution of the board, this board effectively and immediately resigns their directorships due to the request of the delegate to turn a blind eye to the absolute misuse of funds. The board has been requested to disregard the laws and standards governing this nonprofit corporation, and in good conscience to the Church, to the truth, and the laws of Guam, we decline to participate in this attempt to subvert justice for the dead and the families who have entrusted the cemeteries to utilize the funds paid for services for the cemeteries and not for any personal use. That's it.
Open to questions.
Okay, thank you very much for coming today. We appreciate your time. Okay. The directors of the board, my name is Jacqueline Chalahi.
Rollins St. Augustine.
And Santa Tomas.
Lillian Gonzalez.
In addition, we have issued a final report which has been received by the diocese this afternoon.
Will we be able to get copies of that report?
Yes, you will.
Thank you.